So confirmation of the opening win. So potentially 4 more matches to come. This next one of doubles, though, will be extremely tough for Singapore coming up against the Indonesian doubles. Yujia and Nur Insiriya Khan taking on Mahajui Istarani and Rayu Apriyani.
Women's team tie between Singapore and Indonesia.
Istarani ranked 34th in the women's doubles, Apriyani 8th. She normally partners with Grezia
Singapore
Poli.
represented by Yujia and Nur Insiriya Khan. Indonesia represented by Ketut, Mahajui Istarani, and Apriyani Rahayu. Umpire Sudapat Ledpon Kunrat at Thailand.
So the Singapore team,
Service judge,
they don't normally play together in doubles.
Philippines.
Yujia is 102 in the rankings, Nur Insiriya Khan 310. So obviously Indonesia on paper you would feel will be the strongest, but Singapore need a reaction here. They need to get a point on the board, having lost that opening singles. Singapore appear to have won the toss. Umpire just deciding who, or finding out who will be serving first. Will just be a short warm-up. These players have been warming up on an outside court before coming onto the main court. It's one of those strange sports, badminton. You never know how long you're going to have to wait to play your game, depending on what the previous match goes to. It went to 23-21, could easily have gone to another game, which would have meant a bit more warming up, but players will be ready. Chair umpire comes from Thailand. Insiriya Khan had a good tournament in her last tournament, played in the Singapore Youth International Series last week. Got through to the final where she was beaten by Anastasia Shapolova from Russia. .367 ranked on the singles rankings, the 18-year-old. So see what sort of reaction we get from this Singapore doubles pair, trying to get a first point on the board for their team in the semi-final. Indonesia, as we say, like Singapore, lost out in the semi-finals in the women's last year, or 2 years ago rather. Singapore beaten 3-0 by Thailand, while Indonesia were beaten by Malaysia.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Singapore, represented by Yujia and Nur Insiriya Khan. And on my left, Indonesia, represented by Ketut, Mahajui Istarani and Apriyani Rahayu. Indonesia to serve, Ketut, Mahajui Istarani to Nur Insiriya Khan. Level, play.
That's a reasonably good opening rally.
Service over.
These two did drop a set
1
yesterday against
love.
Vietnam, took the opening set 21-8, beaten 22-20 in the second before clinching the game 21-10. That's unfortunate. Another good rally.
Service over. 1-all.
Rahayu proved yesterday what a competent player she is at doubles.
Service over. 2-1. Service over. 2-all.
So these two don't normally play together in doubles for
3-2.
Indonesia. Rahayu normally partnered by Gracia Poli. Mahadui Istarani normally is partnered with Tanya Apriyani Kusuma. But they've shown a good understanding between themselves in the games that they played yesterday and the early start of this one, where they lead 5-2 in the opening game.
6-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, United States further to Thailand and Malaysia. Thailand leads 1-0.
Service over. 3-6.
That's good play. Amazing when you get pace on the shot, how it can force the error from your opponents.
7-3.
Rahayu does hit the shuttle very hard, particularly if it's at a reasonable height for the smash. Straight into the body from
8-3.
Istarani. It was called us out. It was a
Service
very
over.
good angle backhand.
4-8.
Just the wrong side of the line, though.
Service ball call. Too high. Service over. 9-4.
So a full service, you don't see that very often. Ball shuttle rather too high. Singapore have won 11 medals to date, 3 gold, 3 silver and 5 bronze. They are guaranteed at least a bronze medal, of course. Losing semi-finalists both get bronze medals in the team badminton.
11-4 interval.
But certainly one of these teams will be going one better than they did in Kuala Lumpur 2 years ago.
Women's team tie between Thailand and Malaysia.
Was Thailand always the team to beat? Thailand, Malaysia was the final last time. That's the other semi-final going on at the moment. So we've reached the interval in the first game. Indonesia leading 11-4.
Part 1, 20 seconds.
Been a tough
Part
first game
1,
really for
20
the
seconds.
Singaporeans. In Yujia, who was
Turn to Yujia.
actually born in China, arrived in Singapore 11 years ago. 3 wins on the BWF International Challenge Series, most recent to those coming in Laos earlier on this year.
Apriyani.
That was in the doubles with Lim Ming Hui.
11-4.
So Indonesia is still on serve with a
Play.
7-point cushion in this opening game.
Service over. 5-11. Foul. Service over. 12-5.
Really exciting to watch doubles, the speed with which the players
Service
move
over.
around the court.
6-12.
Another point goes Singapore's way. And another point for one back for Indonesia. Rahayu
Service over. 13.
just patting that one into the corner. Mr. Rani on serve took the women's bronze medal in the doubles in 2015 in Singapore.
15-6.
Part of the team event, as we say, that won bronze 2 years ago.
16-6.
So Indonesia edging closer to taking the opening game in match 2 of the semi-final.
18-6.
Good smash.
Service over. 7-18.
Good smash by Insyria. Haven't had too much to cheer in this opening game, Singapore, but that's one of their better winning points.
8-18.
2 in a row.
Service over. 19-18.
So game point to Indonesia in the doubles. Just on the line.
Game.
So Indonesia take the opening game.
First game won by
21-8.
Indonesia, 21-8.
So having won the opening match, they've got themselves ahead. Best of 3 sets, don't forget. So another win here for Indonesia. Singapore now know they have to win this second game to take us to a decider. We'll hear the highlights of that opening game. I say ranked highest with their
Court 1, 20 seconds.
partners and their
Court 1, 20
Singapore
seconds.
rivals.
Second game, Lobo, play.
So Indonesia on serve, game 2.
Ball. Service over, 1 love.
That's good high backhand.
Service over,
She liked that one.
1-all.
Great deal of satisfaction, great reactions, moved very quickly. That high backhand block to win the point.
Service over, 2-1.
Hits the shuttle very hard. Rahayu, when it's into your body, it's very, very difficult to adjust to try and get the shuttle back over the net. 2-all in this second game.
Apriyani, sir. Apriyani.
Apriyani Rahayu on serve.
Four, 2.
So Indonesia just starting to ease clear in the early stages of this second game as well, which is a worry for Singapore. The more ahead they get, the more difficult that deficit becomes to make up.
Service over, 3-6.
Now, good play again. Moving well around the court, the Indonesians at the moment. Just a little bit more mobile than their Singapore opponents. On Singapore's point, it was a better rally.
Over 4-9.
Much better in terms of court coverage there from Singapore. A slight hesitation from both the Indonesians. I'm not too sure who was going for that one. It landed right between them. It's just in.
Service over 10-4.
So the interval point of the second game, and Indonesia again very much in control, a 7-point advantage at the halfway point. Somewhat fortunate net cord there. The racket was right in front of Rahu's face when she played that one. It was an awkward shot. It benefited from quite a big net cord.
Hot 1, 20 seconds. Hot 1, 20 seconds.
And the Singapore coach is trying to impart some words of wisdom to their doubles team to avoid them going 2-love down in the best of 5 semi-final.
Play. Service over 5-11. Service over 12-6.
Singapore really need a good run of points. Coming up against very good opponents though. Oh, it's just in. Rahu couldn't quite get back to that one.
7-14.
And Syria to serve for Singapore. Trailing 7-14.
Service over 15-7.
That's a hard-fought point for Singapore that time.
8-15.
Oh, good point. Rahayu with that
Service
little
over.
delicate drop shot over the net.
16-8.
Sometimes the pace and power can just be replaced by a little bit of finesse in front of the net. Proving very effective.
17-8.
Just out.
18-8.
So 3 more points needed for Indonesia to take a 2-0 lead in the semi-final. Very much on course at the moment for a place in the final to play either Thailand or Malaysia. Well, Singapore still have a chance. They'd have to win the next singles, which is up straight after this doubles match concludes, unless they can mount some sort of miraculous comeback here. Again, Rahayu with a lovely little delicate
match point 8.
smash shot, just taking the pace off it to give Indonesia match point, and plenty of them as well.
Game.
That's well played from Indonesia. So 2-21-8 victories in the 2 games. Very good performance by Istarani and Rahayu Apriyani. Disappointing for Singapore when just 16 points across those 2 matches. And they now lead 2-0 in the semi-final. And it now comes down to another singles match for Singapore to get back into this one. Yujia, Jaslin Hoy taking on Apriyani in the 3rd match. And Indonesia edging closer to a place in the final. Singapore have to win the next match. Otherwise, they're going to have to settle for the bronze medal in the team competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep that standing on
Court number 1 between Singapore and Indonesia. Indonesia leads to match.